And my name is Lindsay Sparks, and I recently did an internship for my degree in marriage and family studies. And I worked in a psychology office in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I also wrote a blog about different issues in family life. And I did those in conjunction with each other and was able to learn a lot and use the information that I had been learning from school to be able to enrich my own learning and my development in this particular field. So, how did I find my internship to begin with? Well, originally I found the actual place on Craigslist. They were looking for help in their office. And so I at first talked to my advisor about working at this place, and they thought that it would be a little bit more helpful if I was able to use more information uh, from my own learnings and stuff from my classes. So they actually came up with the idea of doing the blog about the family life stuff. So I worked at the psychology office, and I also did the blog from the idea from my advisor. So kind of had two different things going on, but they worked really well together and meshed great together. So I had responsibilities at the office, and then for my own blog, the psychology office responsibilities were just, regular office work, answering phones, filing papers away, creating new patient charts and billing folders. I also helped patients with their insurance issues and billing problems as much as I could. Of course, some problems were a little bit more that needed to be dealt with by our office manager. I also helped with scheduling patients and helping them with their medication, getting refilling appointments with the psychiatrist in the office. So I worked with 4 PhD psychologists, 2 LPC therapists, which are just master's level therapists, and then I worked with 1 MD psychiatrist at this office. Self-motivated and self-driven, and I came up with different topics, and I researched those topics, went back through different courseworks and books that I had used, and also I interviewed providers in the office as to per each topic that I discussed on this blog. uh, so how did I help this office? What did I bring to it? So I pretty much brought an extra set of hands. I was able to answer phones and be the front face of the office to get patients checked in and copays paid and all things that just kept the office running for the day. And deal with doing insurance and billing issues and different things that were going on behind the scenes. And they really just couldn't afford the extra help. They had 2 front office employees, the office manager who's there all the time, and then another part-time employee that was only there in the morning. So I was able to come out and be that extra help in the afternoon for a small private practice that really just couldn't afford the extra help. So I really was glad that I was able to fill that position for them. And I benefited from this experience I learned how to run a private practice. I learned a lot about insurance, which benefited me in my personal life and my own dealings with doctors and other things that with insurance companies. And I learned what it takes to run a private practice and how to do working with the therapist helper, which is a program that they use to track their patients. And I was able to have that direct experience with patients. I was able to talk directly with them, work with all different types of people, with patients who are nice and friendly and some who weren't so nice and friendly. And I worked with people that were excited and people who had a lot of different issues. And I was able to actually have a hands-on experience with working directly with these patients. And the blog experience was really, I was able to use a lot of information that I had learned from my classes, and I was able to directly benefit people looking for answers. A lot of people, the first thing they do look for answers is go out on the internet, and I actually had several comments on my blog, which I was really happy about. And it's to me to know that what I could do was out there helping other people. And also, I benefited by seeing when I talked earlier about how I I talked directly with the providers in the office about different therapies that they used in order to talk about those on the blog, and some things that people could do at home or to prepare for different things. Because I talked about, creating that couple spark, transitioning into parenthood, parenting skills, single parenting, addiction, tragedies, different, and those are just some of the topics that I discussed on this blog. And I was able to see how the things I was learning are the things that these providers are using to help people. So I was able to directly see the benefit there, and that was a real eye-opener for me to say, actually something that people are actually using in helping people in their own private practice. So the important connection that I made was that the blog is where I got a lot of use out of my coursework. So the connection between my internship and the coursework was mostly through the blog, because I was able to go back through a lot of the books that I had used, a lot of the different videos that I had used to learn about the different theories and models and things like that I was able to use as part of the blog. Another thing was, in one of my classes, really emphasized confidentiality and working with this sensitive information, and that was something that had really caught my attention in working with the confidentiality and sensitive information, because of the sensitive nature that it was, working with the psychology office and the different issues that people had going on. So would I recommend this place for an internship? Absolutely. Yes, I would recommend it to anyone in the Scottsdale area who is looking for an internship. No guarantees, but I did create a really good relationship with the providers and with our office manager, whose name is Jennifer. And if you're going to call and see if they are looking for any help, it won't be a paid internship, but if you want to try to get an internship at this place, contact Jennifer is her name, and the phone number you can call is 480-922-5440, and that's just like the main office number, and just ask to be able to talk to you right that second, but definitely leave her a message. So in the end, just good luck on everything that you are trying to do. Good luck on your endeavors, and I hope that you'll be able to find an internship and be able to complete your degree. So good luck.